We're continuing our coverage today of a block party that Harrisonburg police say turned into a civil disturbance. Some folks awoke to find their cars and homes were damaged and a whole lot of trash. Our Janelle Lilly has a look at the aftermath and cleanup efforts. And this disturbance meant a busy night for the Rockingham Memorial Hospital emergency room. Plus tonight at 11, we hope to hear from neighbors what they think about this disturbance. Last night's block party has long been over. However, several students were still in the area this morning, in part to help restore cleanliness. Our Janelle Lilly caught up with several of them today. Janelle?
Well, Mary, they were up early this morning in spite of a late night. They were left to clean up the shattered pieces of their party and recount where it all went wrong.
Broken glass, beer cans, and piles of trash. JMU student Kyle Hatch said cleaning up the mess from Saturday's block party was part of the deal students made with the landlord.
Cleaning up the trash early and getting that out of the way.
But in spite of the cleaning effort, the property manager was noticeably upset with students for how out of control the party became.
Half the kids I met here today or yesterday weren't even from JMU, just from Virginia Tech, and kids as far as New York and, I mean, all over the place.
Students say the police weren't needed at first.
Once the bottles started flying, I guess the cops, that's when they had to step in. Until then, it was pretty fine. Like, everything was just going down as usual.
And according to Malinowski, when the police began to disperse the crowd, tempers heated up.
As the students felt their presence more and more, they started to get a little bit angry and then started to exchange words with the cops.
And at that point, the situation became volatile.
You definitely had to watch around you, heads up all the time.
It got pretty dangerous.
Police then used tear gas to disperse the crowd.
The cloud just covered the whole area, even if you weren't in the direct vicinity. You just you're feeling your throat choke up a little bit, your eyes start burning.
But in spite of the massive cleanup, for some, it was worth it.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably about 5,000 people here who had a decent time, so I guess it's worth it.
And every student I spoke with did acknowledge that the party got a little out of hand. There was quite a bit of property damage. Mary?
Thank you so much, Janelle. Well, many of you are turning to our website, giving your accounts of last night and posting comments about this story. Evan writes in part, I understand the anger, fear, and disgust caused by this event, but it is more infuriating that people lump all JMU students together. Many people who were involved in the hurling of projectiles don't even attend JMU and have no care as to the consequence imposed on its students. And Bryce writes in part, JMU partying is just part of life in Harrisonburg. That is, until it turns into chaos. The students of JMU are adults capable of making decisions. By hanging around the area when they were told to dissemble by the police, the adult students were making a choice that comes with consequences. Some of the comments allege that problems only occurred after police arrived. Heather writes in part, students didn't start throwing things at the police where I was, which was in and around the houses, until they threw tear gas. And Justin writes in part, I witnessed multiple people sitting on the hill at Village Lane maced, though they were sitting peacefully waiting for the police to pass. The campus issued a statement saying JMU does not condone the actions of those who escalated this event, and that on Saturday the university assisted police by sending text messages asking students to disperse and avoid the area. Well, we welcome your comments on this story. You can also share them with us on Facebook, and if you were at that block party, you can share your video and pictures as well, or you can do so at WHSV.com.
One of my friends was hit in the head with a bottle and ended up having to get stitches.
The emergency room at Rockingham Memorial Hospital was busy last night. About 50 people were brought in with minor injuries, mostly cuts. The hospital kept one patient overnight who, according to a roommate, was assaulted by another student after spilling beer on his floor. 2 other students were sent to UVA Medical Center with more serious injuries. RMH called a code red to deal with the overflow.
And really, we were very well prepared, and everyone worked together well as a team, and we got everyone seen and taken care of, and they were out by this morning.
Though the hospital was able to deal with the influx, there were concerns about other ER patients that had a long wait.